Hey guys, what's up? This is Insanity, and I got another gameplay of Black Ops 3 on a PC. I'm using the VMP SMG, and I go 45 to 11 with a couple of confirms and some denies here and there. I don't feature all my kills in this video because I thought not every little kill needs to be in the video, and so I ended up cutting out a good chunk of my kills coming from my Talon and from my RAPS deploy ship. But of course, I still need to rely on my VMP to do most of the work because this game was during a tryhard session where I was getting really frustrated trying to get some really good games, and I was trying to figure out a good anti-BS kind of class. So this game I was using VMP, and I thought the VMP might be a good anti-BS class. I mean BS weapon. Because it's a fast-firing SMG and you have full mobility, or better mobility when you're aiming with it, because it's an SMG. And the Kuda and Weevil, I had to go on a longer learning curve with those weapons compared to the VMP, which I was able to pick up a lot more sooner than the other SMGs. So this game was the result, and although I still died a little too much for my liking, I ended up keeping it. But yeah, the VMP unfortunately got nerfed, and it's no longer a go-to SMG for me. And the honor now goes to the Kuda, the Weevil, and the Pharaoh. So the VMP takes longer to aim down the sights after you're sprinting with it. And also, I believe its hipfire got nerfed, so that's unfortunate. Plus, the recoil is much more noticeable than before. Although it still has the exact same pattern, it's just that it doesn't recenter as fast enough, so the recoil is a lot more noticeable. But I would say that it's probably got the best recoil pattern because it's mostly vertical, so it's very easy to account for. As long as you point the VMP downwards when you're aiming with it, you can easily account for the recoil being vertical and get a lot more shots to be on point. But still, the VMP is not really a favorite SMG of mine. The honor now goes to Weevil, and if I want a full all SMG, I would use that or the Kuda. One other thing I also don't like about the VMP, which is purely superficial, is that it sounds so weak when you fire it. I'm not sure what the best way to describe the VMP's firing sound is like, but I'll say the closest is firing nails out of it, but then filtering the sound with a muffler so that it sounds weaker than it's supposed to. And because of that, I dislike the VMP on a very superficial level, and prefer the other SMGs, which sound stronger, or at least they're much more closer to what the SMG, my ideal SMG, should sound like. I'm really getting into a tongue twister with some of these words. But yeah, so VMP, I dislike the firing sound, and after a nerf, I definitely don't like it as much as I did before. Although you could say one advantage of the more muffled sound is that even though it's not a suppressor, the more subtle sound means that if the enemy is not paying attention to their minimap, you can sort of sneak up on them with the VMP. But otherwise, the VMP, for its muffled sound and its nerfed effectiveness after getting patched, it's definitely not a really good SMG, but merely a competent one if you can handle its weaknesses. The other SMG that is really fast firing, but I also don't like as much, is the Vesper. I do have a Vesper gameplay recorded, but I'm not really sure how anyone uses a Vesper, especially now without extended mags, and also there's the fact that it usually takes 5 shots to kill. It's a 4 to 6 shot kill, but the 4 shot range is not really that good, and it's only made up for by having the fastest possible fire rate in the game. I'm not really sure how anyone uses a Vesper, but yeah, that's the gameplay and commentary. Hope you enjoyed it, and Insanity is out.